What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So here we are at our first ever Champions League games. We've got AC Milan today at home at Europa Point again, and it should be a good one. I don't really know what to expect going into this game. We've never played a team of this magnitude before. AC Milan or CSKA Moscow or even Freiburg. We've never played a team of that size. So we're going into the unknown. I don't really know how we're going to size up against these teams. And as well, another thing, I don't really know who's going to top this group. Who is going to be the best team? Should I watch out more for CSKA Moscow, or will Milan be the top team? I sort of look at Freiburg and say they'll be the team to finish third, but then I don't know, because anything could really happen. I've played games where I've seen Madrid struggle to qualify through after a few years. It's just, things can change. Like Chelsea can be in the Europa League like last year. Things happen, and so it's kind of, again, going into the unknown really. We're not really sure what to expect. Who are the top teams in Europe? I haven't really been paying attention to it because it's not really been something I need to pay attention to, but now I sort of need to. But yeah, we're going to this game. We'll get into the match preview. There's nothing else really to talk about surrounding the team because we haven't done anything since the Tel Aviv game. That's the truth. So here we go. Here are the fixtures today. So Chelsea are in it, Man City, Barca are playing today. We are on TV, of course, as every Champions League game is. And let's go into this match preview screen, and you'll realise, looking at the starting 11, there are a few names in there I wouldn't particularly be too pleased to see. So we knew the two people were suspended from this game, Ibondo and Perez. Amari came back and was actually meant to be fit for this game. However, about a week before this match, he then did some damage to his ligaments. I think it was ankle ligaments or something. Sprained ankle ligaments. Now he's out for 4 to 5 weeks. That's not good. I would rather have had Amari in there. So what's ended up happening with the starting 11 today is, I need to change these guys quickly roles, but yeah, what's happened today is Robbie Flint and Dan Morgan have both been played in defence. Also, with the fact that who's my right back? The fact that Ibondo is injured, suspended, I should say. The fact that he's suspended meant, I didn't have a right back, or my only other right back option was a youth player. So who would I have normally played if he's out injured? Well, or missing or unable to play a match? Well, it would have been Roma Perez. Now he's suspended. Who would I have played there as third choice then? Well, it's Robbie Flint, but he's needed at the centre of the pitch. So I ended up just straight away thinking, right, I've got to shove my left back in there. So Scalato has gone in at right back. Now onto the centre midfield problem. So with Morgan being pulled back to centre back, with Wilkinson as well picking up an injury, meaning he's not really fit enough for this game, I was then left in a tricky situation with the centre mid role. Now, if it was, if we had our defence all sorted out, I would have actually put Scalato onto the centre midfield role in the Di Matteo role right now, the centre midfield defend role where Morgan normally plays. But again, I can't do that. So I would have loved to play Wilkinson, but I know we can't play a full match. So in the end, I've given Jamie Carroll a start today, and I think this is going to be his first ever appearance in Europe, maybe for us. I mean, this guy's not even got a contract with us. Did he start in Europe before? He's made 3 appearances in Europe last year, and he's not made any this year. So, obviously, this guy's not very experienced. It's going to be a hell of an occasion for him, playing in front of 10,000 people and playing against the Italian giants AC Milan. So, that's not the ideal situation we want to be in, but it's a situation we find ourselves in. And up front as well, Gardina is playing target man and Miller is playing advanced forward. Again, I would have liked Rod Austin to have at least been available for selection. He probably would have found his way onto the starting 11 as well. But again, we can't really do anything. What happens as well is, because of them 4 people being out, because of the squad depth being very poor, we've now got a bench of pretty much just youngsters. Matthew Kirby has the amazing honour to be considered the best player on the bench. Miguel Fernandez and Wilkinson are probably the only 3 players, actually, truthfully, that I would want to bring on. I mean, John Hart isn't bad, but yeah, if I'm considering Fernandez, I probably have to consider John Hart there. But either way, they're all not, well, John Hart, Lee Clark, Doggett and Rawlins are not players I'd really want to see coming on the field of play. So hopefully nothing happens to the back 4 we currently have out there today, because otherwise we'll be in a really bad situation. The bad situation we've made worse. So I've gone out there, as you can see, with the 4-4-2. I decided, look, if we're going to get battered in the Champions League, let's at least try and do it playing our own style of football. The 5-4-1, yep, that's fine if we need to get a result from a leg or, you know, try and get a result from an away tie. But this is a group system, and if you're going to finish bottom of the group, you might as well give it a go. You might as well try and get, you know, a few wins or something, especially at home as well. There's no, you know, this is going to be our best opportunity trying to get a result at home to a team. So let's jump into this. Let's get into the game. One person has to get numbers because, of course, he's never ever played for this club before. He can get 31. There also as well, I think there's a reserve game going on for my team. So a few youngsters weren't available for selection, which is why that guy had to get a number picked, because he apparently wasn't good enough for their team, but he has to play in mine. You know, it's not an ideal situation. We come up against Gianfranco Zola, who is in charge of AC Milan. Of course, in real life, he has just been appointed head of an Italian team. I can't quite remember which one it is, but yep, he's now in charge of AC Milan. We see out of this team, I recognise two names. This guy, 29-year-old, look at the quality of player, and also Emre Can, or Can, or whatever his name is. Is it Khan? I would have said Khan, but I think they said it differently. Maybe a few other people, I don't know. But look at the quality of their players. I mean, it's going to be a hell of a task for our young, inexperienced team in Europe. But, you know, in a way, there's nothing more exciting than trying to upset the big boys. And here we go, Gibraltar United. We have a free kick. Flint playing it forward, trying to find a red and white shirt. Unable to, in and out will be AC Milan with the ball, trying to build up an attack with the 5-3-2 that they're playing. I wonder if that's their formation they play week in, week out in the league. We've cleared it forward, but it is a pretty hopeful ball. Miller's still trying to close down. You know, applying a little bit of pressure to the defence can always cause a mistake. Neither team really getting a hold of it right now. Maybe it'll be AC Milan to create a first dangerous attack, and it looks like it will be, as it's a shot on goal. I don't think it was going in anyway. It looked like it was off target, but it's a clear opportunity wasted for AC Milan. And I think we're currently being beaten on the possession game. That's something you'd expect. Although, actually, wait a minute. You know, getting into the game a little bit more. We seem to be fighting back in terms of possession stat. We're still not controlling it. Bravo hits the post. It is cleared away. Miller, maybe? No, he was unable to create anything. And actually, this is... I don't know, so there could still be a chance for them, but the defender was able to get there. So, still sort of just hanging on here. I'm actually going to go to a more count... Actually, no, see, again, on controlled, we're actually growing into the game, it seems like. We're getting a lot more of the ball. Here's Morgan with a set piece, trying to whip it in. As a centre-back, I shouldn't have him on set pieces, actually. So, let me change that very quickly. I didn't think of that beforehand. Morgan should not be taking these today and should not be taking free kicks. Oh, great. All my free kick takers... Oh, no. Yeah, all my free kick takers aren't actually on the field. So, you, Alvaro, and Jamie Carroll. In terms of corner takers, we only have one actually on the field of play. So, we will put Di Matteo on there as well. Okay. Just wanted to sort that out. I don't, because now Dan Morgan's out of position in the centre-back role. And, oh, it's through. Smith. Smithy, boy, should be doing better there. Come on. I mean, out of all the attempts, this was probably the one he got his body behind it and everything. It just seemed to go through his legs, I imagine. Poor keeping from Smith. Which is never a nice thing to say because he's normally the guy that I'm praising for keeping us in the game. But 1-0 down we go. We've had a first shot on target, or the first shot on game of the game for us. Not on target. Still waiting for that. We've actually now dominating the possession game, which is good to see. You know, it took us a while to get a hold of it, but we finally, you know, we're now the team in control possession-wise. Here's Alvaro, trying to find the pass. Misplacing passes. We don't want to be doing that. And Santos, now Smith doing a decent save, parrying it away from the oncoming attackers. And saving a clear opportunity, I think that was. And another header behind from Carroll, who's on a yellow card from the youngster. Probably have to take him off. I probably will bring Wilkinson on anyway. And it's headed over again by Santos, or headed wide. Smithy boy from the goal kick. See if we can build up a bit of play. I would like an opportunity. Here is Miller. Just to say, just needed to pass it. He delayed that pass, and as a result, they were able to bring him down and... They make it 2-0. They make it look so simple. They just pass, shoot. And again, apparently Smith will be blamed for that because he was beating at his near post. And you never really should be beating at your near post. Not the best positioning in the world. Find ourselves 2-0 down. I probably should have gone counter a while ago, and I'll do it now. You know, now we're 2-0 down. Yeah, I'll go counter if it wants to let me click. There we go. Probably go to a more structured style of play as well. And is this going to be 3? It is 3, and it is Milan showing us how it's done. Showing us what it takes to be considered a decent team in the Champions League. So this is game over. But then again, going into the game with the defence we've got currently fielded, we knew it was going to be a tough task. I mean, I'm still not ruling out that we can get something out of this you know, stage of the competition. I think we still can. Freiburg are currently drawing 1-1 with CSKA Moscow. But, you know, we still can get something out of this group stage. A draw, a win or something. Here is a corner whipped in, unable to find a red and white shirt. Don't give away possession, Alvaro. Good. We'll whip this one back in. Ah, another poor delivery. Can Alvaro get a good cross in? Carroll, Miller scores. First ever goal from a Gibraltarian team in the Champions League group stage. First ever goal for us in the Champions League group stage. And it is Miller, the guy that can't seem to stop scoring for us this year in the Champions League, with the goal. Pretty nice bit of play as well, sort of. Carroll with an assist as well from the youngster, which is good to see. We are about approaching the 60th minute mark, so we're going to bring no, we won't bring on Thingy yet. We'll bring on Kirby, and we'll keep things like that, I guess, for a bit. I was going to say I was going to bring on Wilkinson, but based on his condition, he probably won't be able to last 30 minutes, so we'll just wait a little bit longer. We'll probably wait until there's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes left in the game, then we'll bring Wilkinson on. But, you know, we've got a goal. At least that's something. You know, we've not been completely battered, although there is still a bit of time left. I had to say that because I thought it was coming. Santos making it 4-1 Milan. Unlucky from the lads, you know. You couldn't really do anything in the end. The quality shone through. We've got another corner. Morgan unable to win the header. Morgan's got a slight knock on him. I don't like seeing that because he could be out for a few games, which means we miss out on the chance of having a good midfielder maybe for the Freiburg match. Although I think it's in 2 weeks, isn't it, the next game for us? So he has time to recover maybe. Here is Miller trying to build up play actually. Let's see, Miller go with the ball again. Been tackled. Looked a little harsh, and a rough to challenge, but it's still going through. And Kennedy, is his name Kennedy? Wonder where he's from. Missing the chance for AC Milan. Not exactly my main priority right now in the middle of a match. Miller chasing down a nothing ball. He seems to do that quite a bit. I think I've also offered Miller a new 2-year deal. I'll check after this game, but I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not sure if he accepted it or not, as in if it's gone through. He did accept it. You know, we arranged it and stuff. I think I've offered him like 1.4k a week, but based on how well he's done this year, you know, I'm willing to do that. Even if in a few years' time he is just a backup player, it's still, you know, one of the best players I can currently see out there. I didn't need to see that. We'll bring Fernandez on. The 3 players I said I'd be sort of happy to bring on have ended up having to come on, or I've brought them on or something. So here's Miller once again on that left-hand side, this time dropping deep to try and create something for the team. Here's Kirby. On the left needs to play this one back. Decides to play it to Wilkinson. Back to Albi. Back to Wilkinson. Come on, someone needs to look to surely whip this one in. Maybe it's Albi. I'm probably saying his name wrong as well, Albi. Oh well. Wilkinson, he's been dispossessed. No. Another counter-attack is on for AC Milan. We did nothing with the ball in that. Oh, Flint, what are you doing? Flinty, boy, just, if in doubt, kick it out. That's why you're a limited defender. You don't need to worry about, get it on with strong foot. With your left foot, you should have just spanked it, and as a result, we go 5-1 down. It's not like it's affecting us too much, the 5-1 defeat. It's just damaging my pride a little bit. Kirby, once more. Di Matteo. See if we can get a second. Come on, lads. Alvaro has been blocked. His cross has been blocked. Apparently, that was actually the chance. What? That wasn't a chance. The angle was impossible. I thought the corner was going to be the chance. Don't concede the 6th, lads. Well, alright. I think that's just end highlight. Yeah, it is. So, Milan beat us 5-1. But, like I said, with the team we had fielded out there, it was already against us, you know. If it wasn't already against us, after the injuries and suspensions, it was definitely. You expect to lose, man. Expect you to have a defeat of that magnitude. I would say a defeat of that magnitude is probably, it should be expected. I mean, okay, maybe the fact that we did quite well in the qualifying, it shouldn't be expected. But to me, that's expected. Send the assistant. I don't really want to answer that question. But yeah, you know, alright, to lose isn't great, but we didn't do too bad. I mean, come on. I just read up there that the reserves only lost 2-1 to them. How long's Morgan out for? 7 to 10 days. That's good. Alright, we lost. Okay, whatever. I'll do the press conference myself. But, you know, we lost, but it's not too bad. For the next game against CSKA Moscow, only Amari will be out. So what it will mean is Flint will keep his place in the team at centre-back. As long as no one else gets injured. Bondo will play at right-back. Perez will play alongside Flint. Morgan will move into the centre mid role. Di Matteo will move into his attacking mid, or a more advancing midfield role. And also Rod Austin will be back as well. So hopefully for the CSKA game in Russia as well. So we're going to travel all the way over there and get abused by the fans. Hopefully then we might get something out of it. It seems highly unlikely with the odds of 15 to 1 for a win. But you know, we'll give it our best shot. We're also given 5,000 to 1 odds to win the Champions League. So yeah. But either way, guys, I'll meet you guys back in. I said guys too many times there, but I'll meet you in a second for that CSKA game, and fingers crossed no one gets injured. Please. Travelling all the way to Russia is little Gibraltar United. So 13,772 people are going to be here today. Not the biggest crowd, obviously, CSKA are ever going to have at their stadium, but what do you expect for a team of our size? So I want to go over a few fixtures because I might as well use these to update you on how we've done in the league in between games. So, start off the season with a 6-3 victory over Gibraltar Phoenix. Really disappointed to have conceded 3 goals in this match. Really shouldn't be doing that, but at least in the end we looked comfortable. We scored 2 relatively late goals with Alvaro in the 85th minute and Kirby in the and Austin in the 93rd minute. So that helped make the scoreline look a little bit better than it actually was. Then as well we played Leo FC and won 3-2, but again conceding 2 goals isn't really what I had in planned. But in this match we played a completely different starting 11, and as a result it probably wasn't. That's probably one of the reasons why we didn't win by a comfortable margin. We were at 1.31 ahead. If it wasn't for Russell Doyle's 82nd minute goal, we would have won 3-1, and then that scoreline looks obviously a lot better. But with a completely different starting 11, it was a decent performance, I guess, from the team. And now, of course, we're travelling all the way to Russia, as I've already said, playing CSKA. So, the team for today, because of the rotated lineup and because Amari is injured still, we have Smith in goal, Ibondo, Perez, Flint and Albi in defence, Alvaro, Morgan, Di Matteo and Fumana in midfield, and Austin and Miller up front. And then the bench is Rawlins, Scalato, Hart, Carroll, Wilkinson, Kirby and Gardina. So, yep, let's go into this. You know, this will be a relatively good game. CSKA, of course, lost their first game as well. It wasn't narrowly, actually. Freiburg beat them by 2 clear goals in the end. It was 1-1 at one point, so I imagine it either finished 3-1 or 4-2. So, obviously, we know we're going to have to perform really well to get a result here in a hostile environment, but we've played in hostile environments before. I think Israel will be quite a tough place to go, so let's see what we can get out of it. Obviously, odds are completely against us. We're massive underdogs. As a result, no pressure on us. All the pressure is on them. And they're starting off very brightly in these first few seconds. And it is Smith being forced to make a pretty good save in the first few seconds of the match. Well done, Smith. I think he'll be called upon a few more times in this match. And actually, 10 minutes in, pretty quiet so far. We're the ones with a lot of the ball. And now he's Bondo in their half. Alvaro to Di Matteo, playing it backwards, keeping hold of possession. Di Matteo looking to maybe spread the ball out wide. He does to Fumana. Fumana, still going, playing it to Miller. Miller, offside. I was just about to say, gives us the lead. Miller is offside. Disappointing, but looking encouraging. 60% of the ball coming our way, and we're not looking too bad. You know, hopefully we'll get a chance soon that we can actually finish. Because, of course, that one doesn't count. So, Di Matteo to Miller. Looking quite aggressive on the attacking. Been brought down, and now we've got to get back and got to make sure we are in the correct position to defend. 2 CSKA players on the right-hand side, able to whip this one in, and oh, what a save from Smith. I thought it was going to go in when it bobbled past him, but he managed to get back in position and make a good save from this corner. Di Matteo blocks it once, but is he going to be able to block it again as they get another chance here? They've missed 2 click opportunities, and that one is also missed. The click opportunity was Di Matteo's block, and of course the shot a second beforehand. CSKA again on the attack, and this time they do make connection with the corner, but it is again, I think, blocked away from Smith. And wow, some decent corners for CSKA. I think I should just call them Moscow. Decent corners for Moscow, but they're not getting anything so far. We're still getting a lot of the ball, but not really troubling Moscow's goal. Apart from Miller's, of course, disallowed one. And that, being beaten in the air is poor. And what's gone on with the defence? Somehow Smith has kept us in it. We've crowded out that attacking area with 4 yellow shirts around him. But I don't know what went on with the defence and why that striker had so much time and space in our box. Really should have done a lot better. And it's just a bit of wasteful shooting from them and some good keeping from Smith, which is currently keeping this game at 0-0. Flint's not having the best of time in defence. In fact, do I have him on limited defender? I don't. He needs to play on limited defender, Smith. He's not cut out to be a centre-back. And I don't know how long we're going to last here. We need to get a goal, definitely, if we want to get something out of this game. That's Austin playing it out wide to Fumana, actually. Maybe this is a chance from us. We've had a half chance, but it wasn't on camera. And Miller! Oh, Miller! Miller had 2 chances there in the space of 10 seconds. 2 seconds even. I was unable to take them. Ah, that's so disappointing. You know, if there was a player I want an opportunity to fall to, it would have been Miller, and he's wasted them. And now, they almost went down the other end and scored. Smith yet again, keeping us in the game at 0-0. But we can't walk away from this first half saying we didn't have a chance. You know, we did, and we didn't take them. So, let's see if we can improve it in this second half. Obviously, Moscow are going to get a few more opportunities, and we're going to have to be on our, hope that Smith can save them as he's done so far. But we might get 1 or 2 chances fall to us, and we need to make sure that we take them. As here's Fumano, defensive mistake, unable to capitalise on it. Pereira in goal for them. Seems all we see of him is kicking the ball forward. Morgan missing a header. Let's hope that doesn't cost us, and it looks like it might, as they ran through. Ibondo was unable to get the tackle in, and Smith was beating at his near post. Really, Morgan's miss header was the first mistake. The second mistake was from Ibondo about letting the player run past him, missing that challenge as well. And Smith being at the near post like that really shouldn't be happening. Smith keeps us in the game, but then it's disappointing to see him make fundamental mistakes like that. Here's a chance for us though. Morgan with a... Oh my God, Flint has scored. Morgan with a corner. Flint has given us the equaliser. And I think I just up at the top there. I think is it Milan winning? No, it's Freiburg actually winning the game. So Morgan with a good corner in, Flint attacking the near post and winning the header. No Moscow player seemed to attack the ball, and as a result, Flint was pretty much free to do what he wanted with. Do what he wanted with whatever. I'm gonna take Austin off, bring Yardina on, and I think we'll keep it the same. Maybe in a few more minutes we might consider taking Di Matteo off and bringing Wilkinson on. But here is Alvaro actually. Maybe I want to prevent that change. Let's see what we can do with this. Di Matteo, here's Austin. Trying to find Miller. Poor pass from Austin. I'm actually going to cancel that change. See what happens from this highlight. Albi back to Miller. Miller back to Di Matteo. Di Matteo to Fumana. Chance. Blocked. Yeah, we are going to make that change now. I just wanted to see what happened because I thought maybe with Austin in the box he could win a header or something like that. I think we'll also take Di Matteo off and we will bring James Wilkinson on. His performances in the qualifying has made me, notice him and made me want to play him for a few games or a few minutes here and there. Moscow made a change and now approaching the last 15 minutes, 40 minutes of the match. They get a ball in and again I think it was Smith saving that chance. Oh my God, Smith is the lifesaver of this team. It seems like every time we play a Champions League game, I have to mention his name. Morgan! Alvaro! Should have finished that one. Again, it's not like we've not had the chances in this match. Smith has kept us in it at one end, but the strikers have not done it at the other. And yet again, see it, Moscow through. Poor shot from them. Really, really poor. Entering the last 4 minutes though. 3, 2, 1 minute. Now in injury time of the match. Flint is going to get himself booked, I believe he is. Now we've got these last few seconds to survive. Come on team, don't concede now. Long shot. It's well wide. And There we go. 1-1 in Moscow. I absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Really, looking at match stats, we probably should have lost the game. Smith was really, really brilliant. But to me, the draw is just incredible. Because I said this previously in the other video. To go from 2 years ago, we hadn't been past the third qualifying phase. We've now picked up a point in the Champions League group stage in Russia. You know, you can't really go to a more difficult place. We've had to travel probably the furthest we could possibly travel for a European match. And we've actually picked up a point. So, that's pretty good. Freiburg and Milan drew as well. So, you know, going into them Freiburg games, it's going to be interesting. It really is. Because Freiburg have scored a lot of goals in this tournament so far. So, Smith's going to have to be on it again. But you know what? 400k as well for drawing. But most importantly, if, you know, going into the group after these first 2 matches, going into the table, I just want to get up my group if I preferably can. Stages, Group B. There you go. Looking at our group now, you know, we're currently in 3rd due to the fact games against, the draw away from home to Moscow puts us above them in the group. And, you know, it's about trying to maintain that now. Like I said, Freiburg is going to be tough. They've scored 6 goals so far in this tournament. 3 against Moscow and 3 against Milan. So, apparently if we can prevent them from scoring 3 against us, we've done quite well. I don't know what it is. Maybe they have some really good strikers in their team. But I'm going to go there again with no fear, like I've done with Milan, like I've done with Moscow, and just see what we can do. You know, see what kind of pressure we can put on them. If we take our chances, unlike we did in the Moscow match, we can actually take our chances. Who's to say we can't walk away with something? I just want to see how they did last year. They actually got to the first knockout round last year. Oh, they played Milan last year as well. Beating them 4-1 on one occasion, losing to them 1-0. They lost to Zenit on one occasion, beating Zenit, and Dynamo. Beating Dynamo 2-0, and where's the other game against Dynamo? They're beating Dynamo 3-1. So, you know what? I'll meet you back then, because it's going to be, hopefully, it can be some 2 exciting games. Maybe we can pick up, like I say, some points, which would be great. So until then, guys, peace out.